peeps. So I've just had a mag dance around my room to get the energy pumping. I was in a bit of a funk this morning, and you know, a dance and a sing did its thing, and now I'm pumping. I danced to a bit of Tina. No wonder that woman was so fit, because dancing and singing like she danced and sing is like shit. I was sweating after one song. So I did you know, Proud Mary's fucking awesome. I did Nutbush City Limits, and yeah, I was stuffed after that, but I kept going. Did a couple more. I did a little bit of Doors. My favorite is Gloria. If you really wanted you know, one of to tap into your sensuality, Gloria, the Doors, freaking awesome. You know, it's a bit of slow, it's a bit of fast, and you can really just tap into your body. It's the best. Yeah, so try out a whole bunch of different songs, you know. Skip through. Oh, I did Roxette as well, The Look. That's another great one. I really like the ones, you know, that I can sing and dance to. And it's like moving all your energies while you're singing and dancing. Like getting that energy out verbally as well as through your body. It is so cleansing, you know, I find. And, you know, I've done it a lot, but, you know, it is reminding me again that it is such a great mood booster, and obviously, you know, exercise as well, but to tap back into me and my power center, and to just start releasing and, you know, feeling that freedom without, stop the worrying. You're in a, like, your empowerment. Yeah, it's really good. It's like next level, you know, the Wonder Woman stance, that it actually, you know, brings in the feeling of being that confident. Freaking get that on, and then freaking dance Tina Turner and sing. And then you're freaking flying. Yep, that's the best. So let's see what happens now. The circles have been popping out to me today. Like completion, cycles, wholeness. That the symbol I was talking about in my last video, the 5 rings, the Celtic symbol, it's called the fivefold symbol, or flame. Maybe it's the fivefold. It's hard to say. Say that 5 times fast. Fivefold, either symbol, but I'm automatically wanting to say flame because there's the trifold flame. So that's your, like, I think the trifold is your internal one, right? It's like the 3 minds. You know, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, but, you know, mind, heart, gut, the trifold flame. And then I think, like, next level is your 5-fold flame, which is your trifold connecting to the 5-fold. And then you know, you're that circle in the middle. Once you've got your trifold, you're that 5th circle in the middle, that supreme being who is then connected to the other 4 circles, or the elements. And yeah, I mean, it could also be like that you go 5D at that point, you know, like the 4 dimensions, like the 3 is the third 3 trifold maybe, 3 dimensions of self, and then once you ignite them, combine them, they're linked, like those metal rings. Actually, you've linked those 3 minds in yourself, and you've gone violet flame. you've linked yourself, and then and then you go into that 5, and if you link them, if you make that connection with the elements, other dimensions, you become the 5-fold, the supreme being, the 5th element, and 5D. Now you're living in 5D. It's another explanation for it. That's just popped into my head then. We'll go with it. So, and you know, I don't think that journey ends there. Yeah, because then I think you start spinning those circles, or you work out that there is more circles around that you can link up with, and you go from there. Maybe 3, 5, I don't know what would the next number be, 9, and that would make you the, now I can't count off the top of my head, lucky number 13, 13-fold? I don't know. I'll have to draw some circles and see if I can actually work out what that would all involve. It's a project. Alright, see what we've got here in my charms. It takes a big heart to teach little minds. Now that could be you're teaching kids, little minds, young minds. If we don't get triggered by the word little minds, we can think of it as that we're being taught, us as a species, immature species, still growing species, a teenage species, we're being taught by a big heart. There's big hearts up there guiding us and teaching us. And, you know, it also can be each of us really, you know, becoming that self-sovereign and wanting to help everyone to, you know, start connecting with their heart more, and, you know, awaken, and, you know, it takes a lot, like, within yourself to be the bigger person, you know, bigger person, what do I want to try to say? Not just to walk away from a situation or something, you know, to hold love in your heart. I guess it kind of, what I'm trying to say, I think it's that, you know, that Jesus quote type thing, like, you know, forgive them for they not know what they do. Lead by example in a heart-based, caring, understanding way, like that takes, you know, a big, strong heart to keep going, and being in a world, you know, environment where you know, there's not a hell of a lot of love around that's coming back, you know, like, you have to be really strong to keep going, you know, hold that inner strength while you're making these transition choices and you know, going for what's best for you and trying to help others at the same time, and a lot of the time being met with freaking brick walls or attacks or whatever. I think it's like a reminder to stay strong in that massive heart that you've got, and always remember that you're not doing it alone. We're literally got the biggest heart alliance helping us do this and help and trying to help each other, help ourselves and help each other. Yeah. But you know, like, and not get walked on, stepped on while we're trying to go about this, you know, like having the boundaries and everything. Like, you can want to help people, but don't don't be a martyr. Like, not at the you don't have to sacrifice yourself. You don't have to let people walk all over you. You know what I mean? Yeah. We got this little symbol here. So it's turquoise stone in the middle. 3 rings. Immediately got 3 ring circus pop into my head then. You know, you might be surrounded by jokers, but don't take it to heart. Maybe, you know, sometimes you gotta laugh so you don't cry. Yeah. Kind of like, looks like around the outside. I don't know if you can see it. There's some little dots around the outside that look like they're lots of little bunches of grapes. Heard it through the grapevine keeps coming into my head the last few days. I heard it through the grapevine, and I don't know, I kind of relate that to that grapevine, being connected to that that grapevine in the ethers. Or, you know, maybe it could be like that, people talking, you know, gossip. It could be gossip type situation. But I'm getting more of a happy vibe, like you're kind of tapped in and you know what's coming and it's good, and you can start eating those grapes. Harvest a freaking full harvest of bunches of grapes. Yeah. And there's a couple of rings, like the circles in there that almost look like bearings, you know, like on, you know, the mechanics bearings with the little balls in there, you know, that spin, and it allows something to spin really easily. Like, you know, it's working now. Like, the wheels are turning and it's spinning and it's in good working order. And that's taking you to harvest. Like, I can almost picture like this ring in the middle there just going like really greased up and going. That turquoise gem. And then, you know, these bits on the side as well, I mean, it's almost like a compass. And I guess, you know, if that is your north, yeah, it almost looks like there's 2 people there connected by a ring. true north. That's your thing. Connected. What else does that look like? It almost looks like, you know, in the Stargate movie when they were like locking in all the chevrons and the Stargate was like spinning, and it would lock one in and then it would spin, lock another one in, it would spin, lock another one in, and it would spin, and then the last one was locked in and it's just like doop, and then the Stargate went that's what it just reminded me of, like that last chevron has just been locked in place, and the Stargate, that turquoise is the Stargate in the middle, and it's just going completed. You've opened a Stargate, new timeline. It's freaking abundant, full of grapes, fruit picking. That tree is growing fruit, no longer a leaf, no longer a flower, it's now freaking dripping in fruit. And you're gonna have all the monkeys running up and feeding off all the fruit that, you know, you don't need anymore, because you're making fruit left, right and center, and you're feeding them all around you. And that's like, just by you being you and fruiting, it's like you're feeding the smaller kind, not, you know, smaller minds, but you're feeding those around you. You're growing the garden. Yeah. And on the back there, on the back of that hook at the top, it's like an O and an M. Om. It's almost like two people standing in an arbor as well, in front of a circle, like an old English garden, how they have those, you know, like with the fountain in the middle and the stone, and you walk under the arbor and there's a circular, you know, garden area, and there's a fountain in the middle. That's the kind of picture I just got as well. And I guess, you know, there's a few other paths that you can go in, but you know, the one that you're in is with this arbor, and you've got someone there with you. We've got this gorgeous little one with like a dandelion, you know, the wish, how you blow it and it makes a wish. So there's two of these in here. One is that it's like it hasn't been blown yet, and the other one that's in there is like that they're on the, like it's been blown and they're on the wind. And it looks like this one is in the process of just being blown. So wishes, making a wish. We've got a little book with ABC. Can't see it. Writing, message, the ABCs of life, reading up on something, alphabet, alpha, bet on alpha, bet on your masculine, Alpha Bravo Charlie, radio signals, getting messages, journaling. Maybe step by step as well, like there's A, B on one page, and then on the next page there's C. So it's like A plus B will make C. Or, you know, one step at a time, do A, do B, then C. I just got that Crowded House song pop into my head as well, with that line, read you like a book that's fallen between my knees. Does that take the weather with you? We do take the weather with us wherever we go. That's a really great song. Crowded House has got some amazing lyrics, really tapped in lyrics. It's cool. We've got the big, it's like golden pearl. So next level pearl wisdom, golden balls, golden balls. Bend it like Beckham. That, I mean, looks like a treasure, that, like collecting your treasures, like eating your grapes. We've got a cog. Now, what do I feel about this? It's either a cog that you've gone flying out and you're broken, or you've found your missing piece and you can put it back in your freaking little Stargate maker, and yeah, now you've got the right piece to make your Stargate work. It also looks like a sun symbol. The sun does make my cog spin, that's for sure. It is very similar to a tattoo that I've got. It's an Adinkra symbol. It's very similar, which is, I can't remember the name of the symbol itself, but it, so Adinkra is like a, sort of very old, I'm not sure if it's Mesopotamian, but very old set of symbols from, you know, that area, Africa. And I really resonated when I saw these, when I saw the symbols, and I got this one put on. It means like star child, like child of the stars, which I completely resonate with, as you know, starborn. Like I connect with my star family and my son, father, Ra. Yeah. Avocado, omega 3s, omega. There's the, you know, divine feminine of everything. Megaro, me go me. Game on. Game game. Omega. I love playing with the letters. Yeah, so I guess that's, you know, you're fruiting, full of omega, full of omega. Good oil, healthy oil. Plant that seed and it's going to grow another massive freaking tree. So metal gold, this one's gold avocado, perfectly ripe by the looks. That eye, that eye kind of, that seed looks like an eye as well. black-eyed avocado, black-eyed peas. It's funny, like, yeah, it just reminded me of a whale eye then. You know how, like, you see videos and stuff of them, and they just, like, their massive eyes they swim past just kind of stares right into your soul type thing. I had a vision of that once. You know, like astrally type thing, and it was like this close, and the whale eye was looking at me. Extremely powerful. Green and gold, green and yellow. Green, nature, growth, prosperity, health, hope, luck, life. Yellows, creativity, cheerful, optimism, warmth and joy. I'm just getting like creamy goodness as well, you know. Nutty, you know, when you get that perfect avocado and it's kind of nutty, kind of a little bit juicy, not too soft, not too hard, it's just right. You're perfectly right. Cherry ripe. We've got the lightning bolt with pink and yellow. Reminds me of like a Zeus lightning bolt, how they would just throw lightning bolts. It kind of really reminds me of like an 80s freaking show, like Shira. The colors, you know, it's almost like the colors she wore. Pink, innocence, playful, sweet and kind. Yeah, the 80s vibe going on, retro, bringing a bit of the old stuff back. The girl power from a very long time ago is returning, that Omega power. Lightning also, to me, is related to timelines and like timeline jumping. So I had this like kind of metaphor type put into my head about like very similar to that whole choose your own adventure kind of thing, with your thoughts and where you want to go and everything like this. And you know, you hear about in this kind of community, you hear about people, you know, timeline jumped, or you know, that kind of thing. So the way I kind of had it kind of explained to me metaphorically, like lightning, you know, like real lightning, if you saw lightning in the sky, how it kind of shoots off in different directions and before it hits the ground. So if we're up here and this is our time currently, it's like mentally we're inside that lightning, right? Our life is the lightning bolt, and I guess hitting the ground can either be, you know, the end of your life, or it can be your ultimate freaking timeline goal that you were born to be. And so from here, where we're let out and the ground is your true freaking, I don't know, your true timeline for who you are. So it's like if we're here now, mentally going through, it's like part of us can forward look to see what all these, where these offshoots would go, and if we want to go there. And it's like mentally, as we go, we kind of shoot down here. What's this one like? No. And you kind of come back to the main body of the lightning, and then, you know, you shoot this one out. No, that's not right. And you go back to the main body of the lightning, and then you try this, and then you try this, and then you try this. And then it's like, when you know where you're going, it's like all that energy comes back into you, and there's this massive lightning bolt going, you know, where you want to go. Like all your power now goes in the direction, yeah, that's where I'm going. I've hit my mark, I've found my mark, and that's where, you know, all my energy can go. Kind of. And, you know, I think that the trick is to mentally go down these paths before we bodily go down these paths, because, you know, it's a lot easier to mentally forward explore if you're not, you know, absolutely sure about where you are yet, maybe. So when I had my like big kind of awakening, it was like I was still doing all these offshoots and not knowing my power of, you know, what I was. And so my powers were like spread all over the show because I was going everywhere. And it was like when I had my big moment of knowing who I was and where I wanted to go, like it was almost like not even a choice. It was like I was just at that point where it really all came to me, is that yes, this is what I want, this is who I am, and this is what I want. And it was literally like, because I decided that at that time, all this energy that it's subconscious, it's like a different version, it's like a different dimension of me. It was shooting all these things out to see where I wanted to go, and that was taking up all my energy. But as soon as I made this decision, like I got to this point of knowing, it was like all that energy came back into me. It was like all the versions of me, all dimensions of me that were testing shit was like, yep, we've found the one that we want to be on. And because all those dimensions of me that were busy working out what other timelines were happening, it was like they all decided, yep, we found this one and this is it, and they all came back into me, and it was like just this explosion of me all catching up to me, and it was ridiculous amount of like energy and meanness coming back into me, that now I can actually put all my energy, all my selves into this direction that we've agreed is our most favored timeline. Like it's like we've checked all the others out and we're like, nope, we want this one, and we all agreed. And you know, maybe you can think of how do they talk about like the multiverse, the different dimensions of you, like there's a different you in It was, I mean, this is what it kind of felt like, is that you, it was like which one's going to be best, and then we all chose to merge into one because this one was the fucking awesomest, and we united our powers, and like now we're creating this timeline, and set like it's set. I don't exactly know what it is, but I'm trusting the other dimensions of myself to say it's been decided, this is it, so friggin' go with it. And the experience that I had at that time and like since then, yeah, it's pretty hard to doubt that power that has just come through me and said, you're on it. Yeah. So that's the lightning metaphor. And the power of uniting yourselves and knowing who you are and who you want to be. Really being able to, you know, visualize knowing what you want and who you are. The best version of yourself. When you've become the best version of yourself, you unite your freaking multiverse type thing. You create the best timeline. And I think that's the power of you know, in this community they also talk about that we're creating the new earth by, you know, every time each of us awakens and comes back into the most ultimate version of themselves, they create, because, you know, let's face it, when you have awoken to the best version of yourself and you know what you want and your heart open, being led by your heart and your mind, and you're empowered, you've got the biggest freaking bolt of lightning, and it's such a beautiful bolt of lightning because it is heart-led. It is from a place of caring and helping others and making the world a better place, and, you know, all that. And so each time someone awakens and starts following their massive lightning bolt path, this new timeline we're all creating is strength and strength, and that's when more lightning bolts are joining in on this timeline. And that's how we really energetically change everything, because we are all got this in our sights, and that's where we're going with such a power and determination of, you know, excitement, love, joy, freedom, self-sovereign freaking, like, you can do anything and you make some massive changes and you are connected so powerfully, getting help, and you get new ideas coming to you, and you're so creative. And that's when this all these lightning bolts around the world are drawing in all the ideas to create and build and pump up that freaking lightning bolt of timeline that, you know, we're all on. And that's why I am so excited, because I can feel that lightning bolt, and I want as many people to freaking, you know, see this lightning bolt, like be this lightning bolt, because it's beautiful and amazing and so exciting, so full of love and beautiful new things, change, you know. And, you know, I can see it happening, because it is like once you're in that lightning bolt, you can see you've got clear vision of where that lightning bolt is going. Yeah, And you know, the hard thing is to explain it to people that aren't quite on it yet, is because, you know, you don't know until you're on it how clear you can see. And that is the hard thing, because everyone has to, you can't pull someone in. They have to get there themselves. Because, you know, they need to find their lightning bolt before they, you know, join up with the, well, you know, the new earth lightning bolt type thing. You know, the big connection lightning bolt timeline. And I guess, like, you know, that's kind of part of what I'm trying to do, is like, or we're all trying to do, I guess, is explain it in a way to encourage people to find that within themselves, so they then actually can really see and sense and know, because it is a knowing, how beautiful that knowing is, and how beautiful knowing yourself is, because you don't know it until you know it. And you know, like, yeah, it is such an amazing thing. Anyway, it's choose your own adventure though, so you know, you do get to do whatever you want. You got a little Capricorn star sign there. It kind of also looks like a letter D. Also a little bit like a dragon. D for dragon. Capricorn, got horns. It also looks like, if you turn it up that way, also looks like a little sleigh. Kind of. Or a little carriage. A little Cinderella carriage, or a dog looking back at its own tail. So many different ways to look at the one thing. D for dragon, I'm getting. Yeah. Yeah, because even the pattern on it kind of looks like scales. Well, you know, kind of snake-like as well, like if you're awakening your snake. It looks like it's got little horns though, so I'm more thinking of the dragon. Dragon's Gate. D. I've got a few other letters here, so we've got C-I-K, so immediately there's dick there. A Q, quick. A, quack. Q and A, question answer. Kick. I see. KD, Q and A. Cake. IQ. Acknowledge IQ. Acknowledge quid. The CD, music. KDC question. Ring. Questioning. Ring. Well, there's a silver ring here. Question in the ring. What's the next one after this? The next number. 45, 44 on the timer. 45, 45, 99. Good thinking, 99. Maxwell Smart. Swell at max. Okie dokie. We've got another little ring here that kind of almost looks like another bearing, an enclosed bearing, so it's safe. The grease is locked in there, so it's not going to dry out. It is a forever greased bearing. Bear, ring, bears, a ring, be a ring, bring a ring, calling. Wow. Sometimes it's like my attention won't leave it, like it's saying there's more messages, keep going, like what else is in there? Like I could literally like the bears, the three bears, the trifold bears, temperature's just right. Goldilocks and the three bears. Shit. Go unlocking the gold. I'm going to have to look into that because they're really pointing my mind to it. So there is maybe another message, or yeah. Anyway, we've got a little mushroom here, and it kind of looks black, but it's actually got a purple tinge to it. A purple mushroom. That purple standing out as well. That's the Violet Flame. Elemental Oracle, that one. Shiny silver. Okay, we'll go to the cards then if they're putting. So Magic, Violet Flame. Another little purple heart here. So purple heart metal is like doing like a good service, being brave in the face of attack. In a war, you get the purple heart for something heroic. And that's got a gold backing, that one. So kind of similar, takes me back to the takes a big heart to teach little minds. Another mushroom is little, like a pink one, and that reminds me of the Smurfs, this one, because it's cartoon-like. It's got three little balls on it there, three little circles, so again it's three. the magic of the trifold. 3 minds combined, working together. That's what the Smurfs were like too, right? You know, they were very much community orientated, kind, loving. Papa Smurf. The blue people, the blue beings. I just got a picture of, you know, there weren't that many female Smurfs, were there? But I just got, you know, the really pretty Smurfette. Shows you how they're tapped into feminine, right? Gargoyle. Could never beat them. They always beat Gargoyle, no matter how hard he tried. Couldn't compete. Pink and purple, I mean, it's really pretty. Again, it reminds me of the She-Ra, the magic of the lightning bolt, or the the magic of magic mushrooms creating a lightning bolt. In my case, that's what I reckon. Anyway, and then we've got a little jade ball type thing again. I think it's fluorite, but does that look like a marble? Jade, marble, bubble, energy bubbles, abundance, energy bubble, nature, growth, prosperity, health, hope, luck. Yeah, so that's those. Q&A Dick, question and answer Dick. Dick is short for Richard. Rich hard. Rich rad. Rad rich. Oh, that's awesome, Rich. Or, you know, I could go on and on with these. Like, I mean, you can really look into these things. Yeah. All right. What are we? Oh, nearly an hour already. What do the cards have to say? Something exciting. The amethyst is standing out to me really clearly. The purple, all my purple stones actually. Saint Germain, violet flame. I've freaking got an ant on my table now, which is he like lost? Where did he come from? Searching for a new nest. Searching for food, trying to find his trail. All right, we've got 31. Lake, step, and there's a castle above the lake there. It's like in the middle of the forest. Kind of reminds me of, what is that castle in Scotland? So many of the movies show it there. Like, what's that movie? There Can Only Be One. Highlander, Sean Connery. I think that's in that castle. Something. Elaine. Something. I can't remember. It reminds me of that. I've been there and it's so beautiful. It's kind of got the moat around it and a bridge you walk across. I think it's I think it might be actually a lake, and it's on this little, it's on a little island in a lake. I can't remember now. It's like she's just jumped in, fully dressed, deep dive. Like, it's like full, you know, like she's just done a bombie into the lake. Like, she's fully comfortable doing that. There is a clock on that tower on the castle. I can't work out what the time is, but... And then we've got outer core, fluidity, number 12. And yeah, this chick looks like Venus. She doesn't have the shell, but it's almost like the same kind of pose there with the long hair around the body. It's like she's walking through the water and the water is like wrapping itself around her. Fluid. Oh, volcanoes, power. So we've got 9 and 12 here, and it's like almost like opposite, like fire, water combined. It's just going to be steam, hot as steaming. Fire and ice. Motion, air. 22. Wild horses couldn't keep me away. So we got air, fire, water. Feeling the power of a wild stallion. I mean, that you know, it seems like, you know, the power of the masculine ignited type thing, you know. Nothing would stop him. Ah, there's a little hot air balloon in the back. Time, discipline, 41. There is a whole bunch of clocks hanging off that tree, and keys. Keys with wings. There's a lot of keys. Unlock your wings. She's singing too. She's got a microphone in front of her. Like she's from the roaring 40s, ready to start a jazz number. Or something. What are all the clocks? Discipline. It's unlocking your time. It's unlocking your wings. Following your path. Unlocking your timeline. Following your timeline. You know, growing the fruit on your tree. I guess knowing there's some really sunlight, freaking beautiful like orbs coming down from the top. It's so bright you can't see, but all like that, the sunlight coming in through the tree as well. That tree looks like a brain. Light bulb moment. The roots are not attached to the ground. They're flying. That tree is growing wings and start to fly, but it's like a brain also. And like this, I don't, this clock up here in the orb light doesn't have any hands. That's like, I'm on my own time now. It's also got a little like cog in it, like you can see the workings of it. Like, I've worked it out. It's my time, it's the time. I'm on quantum now. Like, the time is just for me. I'm not on anybody else's time, so I make the time. I just heard 3 chimes in my ear. She's like she's standing by the lake as well. She's got that Wonder Woman stance on, ready to do a Tina Turner number. The jive. Oh gosh. And 33, purity, ice. Oh, look at this. This chick is like on ice, sleeping. And the horse is above her, like running. That stallion's like, I'm coming. Give like Snow White a kiss to wake up. Purity. Beautiful. We've got cave on the bottom, protection, number 17. Wow, this is an interesting picture, but she's creating an egg. In some way there, an earth egg. I mean, it is almost like that. All us trees around the world, creating these new timelines for ourselves, waking up. You know, we're flowering our trees, we're fruiting our trees all around the world, creating our big timelines, and this is creating the egg, the new reality, birthing something new for the whole planet, and that's what we're all contributing together. And I guess this is Mother Earth up here, extremely happy and proud, watching all us little trees starting to flower and fruit, and watching her baby being born yet again in a new beautiful way. And she's protecting it. And there's lots of little birds flying around, and little orbs and sparkles flying around that are also looking after it by the looks. Oh. Yeah, so I've heard a lot of people talking about north nodes and following your magnetic north, like following your path. Big, you know, being self-sovereign is following that magnetic you, like where your lightning bolt, it's your true path, is your north, north star, your guiding light, your magnet, however way you want to look at it, that is your north. Yeah, so this is expansion, and kind of like the northern lights. So, you know, your light, your focus, your lightning kind of magnetic north, all the workings, compass, and those beautiful lights it creates. There's a woman standing right in the middle. It's almost like this kind of the workings of all those circles and everything, like it's like that's her compass, her workings, her magnet workings is literally attached to her head, like our, you know, our energy bodies, everything that helps us, all the dimensions of us and our connections and workings. There's so much else, you know, involved in it, and it's like, you know, it's all lined up, like all those chevrons have been locked into place and it's happening. Yeah, so it's more than an hour, so I'll leave it there, but that sounds like super exciting, all that. Yeah, so follow that magnet, your true you pull, your inner joy, you know, find the true you, or, you know, heal that beautiful person that you are, and be proud of each step that you take towards finding that true path for yourself. It's not an easy freaking path, but so worth it when you get there. Like, feeling that power of your full lightning bolt in effect is glorious.